I stood in the hotel hallway holding a bouquet of roses like an idiot. Room 847. That's what her location said. She'd been posting photos all weekend. Girls' trip, much needed, with her friends Sarah and Michelle. Wine glasses, spa robes, the whole performance. But something felt off. The photos looked staged. The smiles looked forced. So I did something I'd never done before. I checked her phone location, and it led me here, the Riverside Hotel, 2 hours from home. I wanted to surprise her, show up with flowers, maybe join them for dinner, prove to myself I was being paranoid. I knocked on room 847. Footsteps. The lock clicked. The door opened. A man stood there, mid-30s, dress shirt unbuttoned, barefoot. He looked at me, looked at the flowers. His face went white. "Can I help you?" he asked, voice tight. Behind him, I heard water running, a woman's voice from the bathroom. "Babe, did you order room service?" That voice, my wife's voice. The man's hand tightened on the door. "I think you have the wrong room." I looked past him, saw her suitcase, the one I'd helped her pack Friday morning, saw her jacket on the chair, saw the bottle of wine on the nightstand, 2 glasses. I looked back at him. My voice came out calm, too calm. "Tell Rachel her husband's here." His face crumbled. The bathroom door opened, and my wife walked out in a hotel robe, hair wet, smile on her face. She saw me. The smile died. The flowers fell from my hand. If you want to know what I did next and why that man started crying before my wife did, hit subscribe, because what happened in the next 60 seconds changed everything. My name is Nathan Cross. I'm 39 years old, and until 3 days ago, I thought I had a solid marriage. 15 years, 2 kids, a house in the suburbs of Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm a systems engineer for a manufacturing company. I work long hours, travel sometimes, but I always come home. Rachel was a marketing director for a healthcare company. Smart, driven, the kind of woman who can walk into a room and own it. We met in college, married at 25, built a life together. Or so I thought. The cracks started small. They always do. 6 months ago, Rachel started talking about needing space. Not from the marriage, she said, just space to breathe. "I love you, Nathan. I just feel like I've lost myself in being a wife and mom." I got it. I did. 2 kids under 10 will do that. So when she said she wanted to plan a girls' weekend, I supported it. "You deserve it," I told her. "Go, relax, have fun." That was 3 months ago. The first trip was to Asheville. Her and her college friends, Sarah and Michelle. She came back refreshed, happy. I thought, good, this is working. Then there was another trip, and another, once a month, like clockwork. Girls' weekend. I never questioned it. Why would I? Until last Thursday. I was doing laundry. Her suitcase from the last trip was still in the closet. I pulled it out to put it away, and something fell out of the side pocket. A receipt. The Riverside Hotel. Room 847, but the date was wrong. She'd told me that trip was to a spa resort in the mountains. I stared at the receipt, told myself there was an explanation. Maybe they changed plans, maybe the spa was booked, but something in my gut twisted. I opened my laptop and checked our credit card statements. The Riverside Hotel appeared 3 times, different dates. All on weekends, she said she was at different places. My hands started shaking. I told myself not to jump to conclusions, so I did something I'd never done in 15 years of marriage. I checked her location. We'd always shared locations, for safety, we said, so we'd know the kids were picked up, that we got to work okay. I'd never used it to track her, never had a reason to, until now. Friday morning, she kissed me goodbye. "Girls' weekend. Sarah's driving. We're heading to that new resort near Greenville." "Have fun," I said. "Love you." "Love you too." She left. I waited an hour. Then I opened the app. Her location pinged. The Riverside Hotel. Same place as the receipt. My stomach dropped. I stared at the little blue dot on the screen, sitting still in a hotel 2 hours away. Not a resort, not Greenville. The same hotel. Again. I sat in my kitchen for 3 hours, staring at that dot. It didn't move. My mind raced through possibilities. Maybe Sarah was sick and they had to stop. Maybe there was an emergency. Maybe... No. Deep down, I knew. You know before you know. Your body knows before your brain will admit it. I called her. It rang 4 times. Voicemail. I texted, "Hey, you make it okay?" 3 dots appeared. Then, "Yes, just checked in. About to hit the spa. Talk later." Red heart. She was lying. The location said she was at the Riverside Hotel. She said she was at a resort. I stood up, grabbed my keys, and I drove. The Riverside Hotel is one of those mid-tier business hotels, clean, corporate, forgettable. I pulled into the parking lot at 2 p.m. Her car wasn't there, but that made sense. She'd said Sarah was driving. I sat in my truck for 10 minutes, gripping the steering wheel. Part of me wanted to turn around, go home, pretend I never saw the receipt. But I couldn't. I got out, walked into the lobby. The desk clerk smiled. "Checking in?" "No," I said. "I'm here to surprise my wife. She's in room 847. The clerk's smile faltered. I can't give out guest information." "I'm not asking for information. I know she's here. I just want to surprise her." The clerk hesitated, looked at me, looked at the computer. "Sir, I really can't." I pulled out my phone, showed her a photo of Rachel and me. "That's my wife. We've been married 15 years. I drove 2 hours to surprise her." The clerk's face softened. That's really sweet." She glanced around, lowered her voice. "8th floor." "Thank you." I headed for the elevator. On the way up, I stopped at the hotel gift shop, bought a bouquet of roses, red ones, her favorite. I don't know why. Maybe I was still hoping I was wrong. Maybe I wanted to give her a chance to explain. Or maybe I just needed something to hold so my hands would stop shaking.
The elevator dinged. 8th floor. I walked down the hall, carpet muffling my steps. Room 847. I stood there for a long moment. Behind that door was either my paranoia or my worst nightmare. I knocked. Footsteps. The lock clicked. The door opened. A man stood there, mid-30s, tall, dress shirt unbuttoned at the collar, barefoot. He looked at me, looked at the flowers. His face went white. For a second, neither of us spoke. Then he said, voice tight, "Can I help you?" Behind him, I heard water running, a shower. Then a voice, her voice. "Babe, did you order room service?" Babe. She called him Babe. The man's hand tightened on the doorframe. "I think you have the wrong room." I looked past him, saw her suitcase, the one I'd helped her pack yesterday morning, the one with the luggage tag I bought her for Christmas. Saw her jacket draped over the chair, saw the bottle of wine on the nightstand, 2 glasses. I looked back at him. "Tell Rachel her husband's here." His face crumbled. The bathroom door opened. Steam poured out. Rachel walked into the room wearing a white hotel robe, hair wet, towel in her hand. She was smiling. "Babe, I was thinking we could—" She saw me. The smile froze. The towel dropped from her hand. For 3 seconds, nobody moved. Then the flowers fell from my hand, hit the carpet with a soft thud. Rachel's face went from shock to panic to something I'd never seen before. Fear. "Nathan," she whispered. The man stepped back. I didn't know. She said she was separated." That snapped me out of it. I looked at him. "Separated?" He nodded, frantic. "She said you two were getting divorced, that she was just waiting for the paperwork." I turned to Rachel. "Is that what you told him?" She opened her mouth. Nothing came out. "We're not separated," I said, voice hollow. "We're not getting divorced. We had breakfast together yesterday morning. I helped her pack that suitcase." The man, his name was Tyler, I'd learned later, grabbed his shoes and jacket. "I'm sorry," he said to me. "I swear I didn't know." He looked at Rachel one more time, disgust in his eyes. "You lied to me." He left. The door closed, and it was just us. Rachel stood there in her hotel robe, hair dripping, mascara starting to run. "Nathan, please." "How long?" I asked. "It's not how long, Rachel." She wrapped her arms around herself. 6 months. 6 months. The same time the girls' weekends started. "There were no girls' weekends," I said. Not a question, a statement. She shook her head. "Sometimes Sarah covered for me, but mostly no. So every time you kissed me goodbye, every time you said you loved me, every time you texted me from your spa day—" "I do love you," she said, desperate. "Nathan, I do. This wasn't about you."
I laughed. It came out bitter. Then what was it about? "I don't know." She was crying now. "I don't know. I felt invisible. Like I was just Nathan's wife and the kid's mom, and I needed to feel like me again." "So you cheated." "I made a mistake." 6 months isn't a mistake, Rachel. 6 months is a choice you made over and over again. She reached for me. I stepped back. "Don't." I looked around the room. Really looked. The wine, the rose petals on the bed, the lingerie on the chair. This wasn't a mistake. This was planned, deliberate. "Did you love him?" I asked. She hesitated. That was answer enough. "I don't know," she finally said. "Maybe. I thought I did." "And me?" "I love you, Nathan. I never stopped loving you." "You have a funny way of showing it." I picked up the flowers from the floor. They were crushed, petals scattered on the carpet. I looked at them, then at her. "I bought these for you," I said. "I drove 2 hours because I wanted to surprise you, because I thought maybe we could spend the evening together." My voice cracked. "I thought I was being a good husband." "You are," she sobbed. "You're a great husband. This isn't your fault." "Then whose fault is it, Rachel?" She didn't answer. I turned to leave. "Nathan, wait. Please, we can fix this." I stopped, hand on the door. "Fix this?" I repeated. "How? How do we fix 6 months of lies? How do I ever trust you again?" "Therapy, counseling, whatever you want. Just don't leave, please." I looked back at her. The woman I'd loved for 15 years. The woman I'd built a life with. The woman who'd just destroyed everything. "I'm going home," I said, "to our kids. You can stay here or come home. I don't care. But when you get back, we're done." "Nathan!" "We're done, Rachel." I opened the door. "I'm sorry," she whispered. I didn't look back. "So am I." The drive home was a blur. I don't remember getting on the highway, don't remember the exits I passed. I just drove. My phone rang 6 times. Rachel. I didn't answer. She texted, dozens of messages. "Please talk to me. I'm so sorry. I love you. Don't do this." I pulled over at a rest stop and blocked her number. Then I called my brother. "Nathan, what's up? Can you watch the kids tonight?" "Yeah, sure. Everything okay?" "No," I said, "but it will be." I picked up the kids from my brother's house at 8 p.m. Emma, my 9-year-old, ran to me. "Daddy, where's Mommy?" "She's still on her trip, sweetie." "When's she coming home?" "I don't know." My son Jake, 7 years old, looked at me with those 2 smart eyes. "Are you okay, Dad?" I knelt down, pulled them both into a hug. "I'm okay, buddy, I promise." That night, I put them to bed, read them stories, tucked them in. Then I went to my bedroom, our bedroom, and I stared at the empty space where Rachel should have been.
She came home Sunday night. I was in the kitchen. The kids were asleep. I heard her car in the driveway. The door opened. She walked in, eyes red, face puffy. "Nathan." I didn't look up from my coffee. "Kids are asleep." "Can we talk?" "No." "Please, just—" "I called a lawyer Friday night," I said. "Papers will be ready this week." She sat down across from me. "You're really doing this?" "You did this, Rachel, not me." "We have kids, a family, 15 years. "I know," I said. "And you threw it away for hotel weekends with a guy who didn't even know you were married." She flinched. "I loved you," I continued. "I trusted you. I would have done anything for you." "I know." "But it wasn't enough, was it?" She didn't answer. I stood up. "You can stay in the guest room tonight. Tomorrow we tell the kids, then you find somewhere else to live." "Nathan!" "I'm done, Rachel. We're done." We told the kids Monday morning. Emma cried. Jake went quiet. "It's not your fault," I told them. "Mommy and Daddy we can't be married anymore." "But why?" Emma asked. "Sometimes grown-ups make mistakes, and sometimes those mistakes can't be fixed." Jake looked at me. "Are you leaving?" "No, buddy. I'm staying right here. I'm not going anywhere." "What about Mom?" Rachel wiped her eyes. "I'm going to get my own place, but I'll see you all the time, I promise." Emma hugged her. "I don't want you to go." "I know, baby, I know." I watched them cry together and felt something inside me harden. This was her choice, her consequences, but they were paying the price too. The divorce took 4 months. Rachel tried to fight it at first, wanted counseling, wanted to work on things. I refused. My lawyer was clear. She committed adultery. You have proof. In North Carolina, that matters. We settled out of court. I got primary custody. She got weekends. I kept the house. She took her car and half the savings. No alimony, not after what she did. The day the papers were signed, I felt nothing. Not relief, not sadness, just empty. 6 months later, I was doing okay. The kids adjusted. Kids are resilient like that. I got into a routine: work, school pickup, dinner, homework, bedtime. I joined a gym, started running again. I even went on a date. Nothing serious, just coffee with a woman from work. It felt strange, but not bad. One night, Emma asked, "Dad, are you happy?" I thought about it. "I'm getting there, sweetheart." "Good," she said. "You deserve to be happy." I hugged her. "So do you." Rachel reached out a few times, apologizing, asking if we could talk. I kept it brief, polite, focused on the kids. I heard through mutual friends that she and Tyler didn't last, broke up 2 months after the divorce. Turns out relationships built on lies don't have strong foundations. I didn't feel vindicated. I just felt done. A year after that hotel hallway, I was putting Emma to bed. "Dad," she said, "do you still love Mom?" I paused. "I'll always care about her. She's your mom. But no, I don't love her anymore." "Because she hurt you?" "Yeah." "I'm sorry she hurt you." I kissed her forehead. "It's okay, baby. I'm okay now." And I was. Not perfect, not healed completely, but okay. Here's what I learned. Trust isn't something you rebuild. Once it's broken, it's broken. You can forgive, you can move on, but you can't unknow what you know. I'll never forget standing in that hallway, holding flowers,
watching my marriage end in real time. But I also won't forget what came after, the strength I found, the life I rebuilt, the man I became. Rachel made her choice. I made mine. And my choice was to walk away with my dignity intact. If you've ever been betrayed, if you've ever stood in a hallway holding flowers meant for someone who didn't deserve them, if you've ever had to explain to your kids why love isn't always enough, this one's for you. Hit subscribe for more real stories about real life. Comment, "I walked away," if this hit home. Because sometimes the strongest thing you can do is leave, and sometimes leaving is how you save yourself.